VersTEAv206
Hello, hashtag VersTEAv family, and welcome. It's week 207. I'm Aaron Mack, here with my good friend Kevin, aka CBC Basic Complexity. And Kevin will take it away with a significance of the number 7 for him. Kevin, take it
Oh,
away, my friend.
okay. For me personally, the number 7 has always been my favorite number. And it'll sound kind of pointless or facetious, but one, because it rhymes with my name. And yeah, it rhymes with my name. I was also born on the 7th. I mean, barely, but still. I mean, at the crack at dawn on the 7th.
Hmm,
But yeah, that 7 is still my number and always will be my favorite number.
nice.
And, I'm sorry?
Oh, I said nice. Very
Uh,
cool.
and that's what I have.
All right. And I will take it away with the new song, and then you'll go for the older song.
Okay.
And for my new song, it's huh, from Salty Souls 2020 release, Midnight Train, and their song Insecure off that album. I love actually Midnight Train. Salty
So,
Soul is an East African mega singing group, and they are outstanding. And I particularly love their song Insecure because they're out of Kenya, right? And Kenya is the official language. I think that the way it works is it's between Swahili and English, but like most business is done in English and what have you. Anyway,
yeah.
so their singing is mostly in English with a little bit of Swahili. Na nina fahamu Kiswahili kidogo, kidogo sana. I just said I understand Swahili a little bit, very little, but I think their music is cool, and also what they're talking about is the interesting situation in relationships where both partners are actually insecure. So it's like I used to think to my mental health counselor back in the day. Oh, I remember I said this to my first mental health counselor. I was like, yeah, I always thought that if I was like a broken person, that I would find another broken person and we would just fix each other and make it work. And my mental health counselor was like, that's not how it goes. And in the song, they're talking about the insecurities and just being insecure. And I know myself that I can be insecure. Very quickly, I uh, I remember there was this time that my my acne used to be really bad all the way through my up to the end of my undergraduate studies, right? And I remember there was one time I was on the metro in DC and I looked at myself in the reflection in the window, and I was actually like, I'm so honest with you all. I was repelled by myself, and that was a difficult moment. But I I feel better now. And you know what? I say that. Oh, okay. I'm talking too much. Basic complexity. What's maybe I'll share more another day. Basic complexity. What's your older song, my
Okay, my older song is definitely at this point in time it's kind of crazy to say, but a well-known classic by my childhood crush, Tevin Campbell. And the song is Can We Talk? And that was the song was released in 1993. And it was the lead single from his sophomore album, I'm Ready, which is excellent. Um, yeah, I personally believe the song will always be as a well-known classic to really the masses. Um, it's because even 30 years after the song was originally released, a lot of people still know the lyrics and sing the song. So, yeah, like for those of you on TikTok, I know at some point there was a Can We Talk challenge. And yeah, but yeah, some people could pull that off, not everyone. But Tevin has a well, even being a male, he has a kind of high voice and could definitely hit those notes that a lot of people can't hit. But yeah, that's my old school song.
You know, I did go ahead and look it up, and Tevin Campbell is classified as a type of countertenor, which is one of those rare guys that have those really high voices.
Uh,
And I was going to ask you your perspective on that whole "Can We Talk" challenge that was going on, and you mentioned that it happened, and you mentioned like some people did well, some people didn't. But what did you think about it overall? I agree. Some people did. I don't think I came across anybody who, at least anybody famous, who tried to do notes that they couldn't actually do. Like people would bring it down a key and sing it a little bit lower, and that's sort of what people would do. But what did you think about it all?
um, well, for one, celebrities are not stupid, and they know if they can hit those notes or not. And if they can't, they won't even attempt to do it in the original key.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I will say this. I'll shout out one of our Q plus brothers, Avery Wilson did. Yeah. he did a really good job with the Can We Talk challenge. He's got an outstanding voice.
Mm.
Absolutely.
And
Anyway,
I will also say really quick, one of the guys who definitely were able to pull off those high notes, um, and it's sad to say this, but the late Jesse Powell, he definitely could hit those high notes.
he could, but did he do the Can We Talk challenge?
That I don't know. I'm not I'm not sure if that was before or after he died.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah, I would guess that he's probably considered a, I don't have to put it into quotes, he's probably considered a countertenor as well. But
Right.
yeah, he can get up there. He's got some ups. Anyway, yes. All
Just
right.
in my really quick, I always consider him like well similar to a Tevin Campbell 2.0. Even though if I'm not mistaken, I think he was slightly older than Tevin Campbell.
He is. Now, when you say 2.0, you're not saying in terms of he's the next level of Tevin Campbell. You're just saying he's like a different person in that upper range.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Now,
Because
technically, uh,
was gonna say like you very rarely hear Mills being able to sing with that type of voice or hit those extremely high notes.
yeah, the countertenor is a very rare vocal range.
I believe it.
Yeah. Now, it is the time that you've all been waiting for, our time of giving thank yous. Thank you so very much to everyone who checks out hashtag VersTEAv206, everyone in the hashtag VersTEAv206 audience. The love is mutual. We appreciate you very much. And we like to give thanks to each country. And mm, I'll do it like this. First, we'd like to thank Canada, thank you. United States, thank you. Singapore, thank you. Germany, thank you. Belgium, thank you. Brazil, thank you. Egypt, thank you. France, thank you. United Kingdom, thank you. Thank you, everybody. And if you're checking out hashtag VersTEAv206 and for whatever ridiculous reason your country didn't show up, thank you as well. Thank you all. We appreciate every single one of you checking out hashtag VersTEAv206. Now, the topic for the week, the title, the titles for the topics for the week are hashtag the mindset, hashtag MustCare, hashtag GoOut, hashtag AboutSafe. Basic complexity, are you ready to get this show on the road, my friend?
Yeah.
Hashtag the mindset at Simon.Nicholas at Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, hashtag VersTEAv207A.
With the right person, it will all work out. I disagree. Why? To me, that sounds like you're completely letting yourself off the hook from having to be someone that actually has relationships work out. As if you don't actually have a say. Like, oops, we didn't get through that conflict. I guess you're the wrong person for me. I don't buy that at all. Okay, then what makes sense to you? That things work out for people who are willing to work them out. That relationships are a team sport to actively participate and grow in. And that they're not about finding the perfect or right person and then living happily ever after. Sure it is. I don't think so at all. I think it's about being the right person ourselves. Being the kind of person that's capable of deep love and connection and adventure. But I am that. I just haven't met the right person. Maybe. Or maybe you actually aren't showing up the way you think you are. Some food for thought. No, it's not me. It's everyone else.
Do you believe, Gurudev, that there is destiny? Everything is already written?
Not everything. Life has free will also as well as destiny. For example, after 22, your height doesn't change, right? But your weight is your free will. If you're weighing 150 kilos, you can't say, oh, this is my destiny, I have to live with it. See the past as destiny. See the future as free will. And be happy in the present. This is the intelligent thing to do. What foolish people do is, they think the past was free will and keep on regretting about it. They think future is destiny and they do nothing about it, and present they will be miserable.
That's beautifully put. That's actually the best summary of what most people go through in life.
So I'll go first for the first two. You all go first for the second two.
All right, thank you.
And I will say, my initial reaction is the same as my connection, in that as far as Nicholas, that used to be me very much. And just like the Katy Perry song, the movies, I used to actually sing that to myself, that if it's not like the movies, that's how it should be. It should be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then he's not the one. And I would move on from it. And he was exactly right, because you do that, and that's a way of absolving you from any responsibility to the relationship and any responsibility to make a thing work. Like that is very true. And I had to teach that to myself, to not always just run away, run away, run away, run away and save your life. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the real McCoy. The real McCoy. And as far as Sri Ravi Shankar, wow, that's powerful. And the nuance that he mentioned there with the way people think. And FYI, I think he said like 150 kilograms. 150 kilograms is, I think, 350 pounds.
Wow.
So, yeah, but that's just deep. Because, and I love the way he said, don't look back at what people will do is they'll look at the past as, well, that was my opportunity to get things right, but I didn't. So I guess I'm just going toward this future destiny of mine. Oh, well. No, look back at the past as that was destiny. What happened is what happened. Okay? That's what you were destined to deal with. Be happy with the fact that yes. Be happy with the fact that moving forward, you can make your life better. You can improve things. Hallelujah. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sri Ravi Shankar. Yes. But absolutely. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And yes, we can make a better future. And that speaks on so many levels. So many levels. We can make a better, brighter future. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. In terms of everything. Basic complexity, what do you have to say, my friend?
All right. After hearing this, and regards to the first video, I personally believe, and this is just me, that there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. That just doesn't exist realistically. Um, Now, relationships require work from both sides. One might be a lot, while the other one not so much. But it's two, I guess, is a 2-person challenge, I guess, and both parties had to be willing to really tackle that. But still, something might have to be adjusted on either side. And that's why they say relationships require work. They're not easy. And I'm speaking from experience. And that's what
I'll take a 1 minute. You know, it's interesting what you're saying. I believe I've heard former First Lady Michelle Obama explain that relationships, they average out to be 50-50. It's not that every single step down the road is 50% you, 50% me, or 100% you, 100% me, giving 50-50. Because Michelle Obama said, like, in earlier days, like, there were times that he was up here and she was down there, but they averaged it out to be that. And she was up here and he was down there, and they averaged it out to be that. But the key is you both have to put in that effort, give 100% of your effort to average at the same ultimate level. Sometimes you're going to have up days. Sometimes you're going to have down days. That's the point of a partnership. Oh my gosh, I'm talking. That's the point of a partnership. You know, you all help each other through those things. Thank you, First Lady Michelle Obama. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. All right. And my one sentence is, don't give up. We cannot give up. We can make a difference. Yes, we can. In relationships, in life, in all of that. Base complexity.
Okay. I would say definitely there are things in life, just in general, in life, that have no way of changing, and that is basically destiny. Just had to be realistic about that. The things that can change are free will. So, yeah, choose your battles wisely. And that's what, yeah.
Cool. All right. And I will go first for this next one as well. A, B. A, B, B, B.
Hashtag MustCare at glad at pastor from OK. Hashtag VersTEAv206
There are now over 14 states that have passed bills restricting health care for trans kids. Listen to that, Michael.
Yeah.
Restricting healthcare for kids. For some reason, there's something about the word trans that makes people forget the word kids. If you don't care about trans kids' lives, it means you don't care about frickin' kids' lives.
Wow.
I was on a Zoom call this morning with some other pastors from around Oklahoma discussing some of the issues facing our country. One pastor chimes in and says, I just believe you can't even be a true Christian and say Black Lives Matter because all lives are sacred to God. Of course, I immediately pipe in and I'm like, sure you can. In a real condescending way, he says, you just explain it to me then. Okay, cool. Let's pretend like your house is on fire. You call 911 because the blaze is getting out of control. Now, when they respond, instead of coming directly to your house, they go to every house in the city and put water on it. That wouldn't be a problem for you, right? Because all houses matter. I said in the same way, the communities of our black brothers and sisters are on fire with discrimination and injustice. And we just keep pouring water on every other house. All lives can't matter until black lives do.
Yes. Oof. Okay. Yes. So I will say my initial reaction to this. Okay. Michael Che is a fellow 1983 baby, and he is fine. And Molly Kearney is SNL, Saturday Night Live's first gender non-binary rainbow family member of ours. Molly Kearney classifies themselves as they, them pronouns. I'm like, that's dope. All the way around. And I love me some Michael Che. I assume he's hetero. I don't know, but whatever. So now to the serious stuff. I truly echo the point being made about trans kids because, oh my gosh, when they said that Molly Kearney was like, you talk about caring about kids, but you don't care about kids because it's like you hear the word trans in front of it and you forget that they're kids. They are the kids. And what happens sometimes, not always, of course, not always, but there are some kids, and we care about the kids, right? Some kids who dealing with the stress of life as a transgender kid in a society that does not accept them they kill themselves. We've seen this time and time again. We've seen this even with just kids that were homosexual, who kill themselves because of the stress of that not understanding. And I recently heard something today explaining the importance of, you talk about, well, I don't want kids to learn about homosexuality and stuff until they're old enough. When are they old enough? They're old enough, perhaps, when they can be called homosexual on the playground and be hurt by that. That's old, So before that, because you want them to understand that anyway. But yes, not everyone kills themselves, but if you claim to care about all of the kids, you need to care. Now, also, as far as the pastor from Oklahoma, his mentioning Black lives, and it reminded me that heterosexual men deal with a lot of restraint from society and are not allowed to just fully be whatever they are, wherever they are on the spectrum. And I was talking with a friend of mine this past weekend, and I was like, until we're all free, none of us are free. And the heterosexual men also need to be set free. Basic complexity, I'll finish in my 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah. I would say, actually, yeah, both videos made very good points in regards to trans kids. I would probably be confident in saying that those people making those anti-trans laws do not have any trans kids or know anyone with trans kids. So it's easy for them to look the other way because they, I guess, don't personally deal with it, which I don't understand. But I love the comparison between the pastor that the pastor made about Black Lives Matter, and shutting down the other pastor, making the All Lives Matter comment, or All Lives Matter argument, with the comparison to house fire, because he is exactly right. And that's what
I'll take a 1 minute. So I to describe the reason that I gave that smile while you were talking about that very serious point is I was chuckling, and it was like a bittersweet chuckle to myself, because I was like, the people who are making these laws are probably so far beyond the age of having kids themselves. They just don't. They're so far removed from that at this point. Like they're anyway, they're far removed, and that's just how we have our system set up. But yeah, we're not free until we're all free. Nobody is free until everybody's free. So we have to realize that other people have struggled, and we have to care about the other struggles that exist in our world. And that's something that I love about my church. I always shout out my church, Oakland's, thank you, because being at Oakland's has really taught me to really view the fact that there are many people who have problems in the world, and there are also many beautiful things in the world. So don't just see things through your own myopic lens. You know, look outside of that. Look outside at the rest of the world. Anyway, my one sentence is: let our human kids discover and live their loving truth. That at the end of the sentence. Basic complexity.
Alright, well, first off, I just want to kind of touch on what you said just about kids in general. And hopefully you all understand that kids are not dumb. In fact, in the long run, yeah, they'll more than likely outsmart us if they haven't already. Because definitely look kind of dumb. Some kids, they know some things at a young age that I never even learned. But yeah, that's what that is. So my one sentence is, in general, we should treat everyone in the LGBTQ community with some level of respect and stop letting fear of the unknown um uh, the unknown of life. I'm sorry. Um, the unknown or hate without or hate control their decisions. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
And share, subscribe, and share again. Thank you and thank you. Absolutely. And here we go.
Hashtag GoOut at josh.otusanya. Hashtag VersTEAv206.
Hey, bro, you want to go see one of these new movies tonight?
I can't, bro. I gotta get ready for a date tonight.
All right, well, I'm gonna go see one of these movies anyway. Good luck on your date. Yo, bro, there's a new restaurant that just opened. You want to go check it out tonight?
Oh, I would, man, but I gotta study for a huge exam tomorrow.
All right, no worries, man. I'll check it out and I'll let you know how it is. And good luck on your test.
You know, you have no problem going out and doing things alone. Why?
Oh, because in life, you shouldn't always wait for others. You'll miss out on a lot of fun in life if you're always waiting for someone to go with you. Good point. You just earned another follower, man.
It's complexity.
All right. A situation like that in general really would not faze me at all, because ever since I was extremely little, and I've probably always been this way, I've been an extreme introvert. So being alone really never bothered me. And yeah, I didn't have a problem with being alone, because 9 times out of 10 I was cool with it anyway. And probably wanted to be alone. I was just used to living on my own, or in my own kind of bubble, you could even say. And does it suck at times? In all honesty, yes, I'm not gonna lie. But it just is what it is. And being alone truly does not bother me. And I'm not wasting my time attempting to make friends. That's pretty much it.
All right. A podcast that I listened to. I think this was from the guys at Service Level Podcast, talking about their question of reaching the point of no new friends. And No. Some people legitimately get to that point. That's not where they were, but it was just an interesting discussion. Anyway, for myself, my initial response and my connection to this is facts, because that's yet another lesson that I had to learn. It's a shame you had to learn the hard way. Now I have to Brandy, right? Learn the hard way. I actually used to love that song, Never Say Never. Anyway, but yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. And I would struggle to like set up events and coordinate them and this and that and the third and be like, we can do this thing, guys. Yeah. And then everything would just fall. Like nothing would happen. And I would be hurt by that. And it's like when the events would happen and actually go through, it would be great. But not so much when it wouldn't happen that way. And I realized that it's easier to get people to be on the side of doing something with you if it's something that they want to do exclusively in the first place. So you've got to find stuff that they want to do, because they're not going to do it just for the sake of pleasing you. That's not going to happen. That's not the thing. At least that's not been a thing for me. Now, I know different things happen for different people differently, right? But that's not been a thing for me. If it's not something somebody else wants to do, they're not going to just do it for me. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm not going down that. Bop, bop, bop. So yeah, don't be afraid to go out with yourself. Treat yourself to something fun and exciting. Pick your favorite event, your favorite restaurant. Go to it by yourself. Enjoy. Something I would do when I go out and still do is take my music with me, put my music in my ears, and just have at it. Go on a bus trip, take the public transit somewhere. I love doing that in Cleveland. I'm not gonna lie, because it's nice. Cleveland has a really good public transit system, honestly. And I love walking and catching the bus, and they have a ramp to get on the bus with my walker and all that stuff. And it's really cool. Cleveland is really cool. And I love catching the bus different places. So don't be afraid to catch the bus someplace new. Basic complexity, you're one and one, my friend.
I basically said I came into the world alone, so I am not desperate to chase after someone or vice versa. And that's what I've.
You reminded me of this very sobering rap lyric. I don't remember exactly who said it and exactly how it went, but it was something along the lines of, "You came into the world by yourself and you die alone." I don't remember, but that's sort of the sentiment. You came in this world by yourself and you die alone. Anyway, but yes, I, yeah, don't be afraid to go ahead and catch the public transportation by yourself. Go to Noodles and Company by yourself. I used to love going to Noodles and Company. I say used to just because there's not really one around here, but there is a Noodles and Company in Cleveland, so I will be enjoying it when I can. Thank you. But Noodles and Company, Macaroni Grill, and it doesn't just have to be things that you eat like to get fat. Do other things by yourself and just enjoy it. And as far as my one sentence, which connects with this, enjoy and love yourself. Someone can want to fully join your fun one day. They'll want to fully join in the fun and excitement that you've built around yourself. and then you all can enjoy your lives together. But don't delay your fun for them. And he's so right. Josh Otusanya, so right. Absolutely. Basic complexity, you're one and one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just did your one and one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we ready for the next one? And you're first again, my friend.
Okay. Wow.
Share, subscribe, and share again. And here we go.
Hashtag AboutSafe at the Gay Dating Coach. Hashtag VersTEAv206
What about the guys in those meetup groups makes them not compatible for you?
They're not really as masculine or as chill as I would like for them to be.
How do you define masculinity?
That's a good question. I want to feel like safe. I don't really have that much in common. I have things I can hang out with those guys and we're friends and we're chill and it's nice to have some of that kind of camaraderie, but I don't really feel that kind of romantic connection to them.
Yeah. I want to get a really good gauge on your perception of or definition of masculinity. So from a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being extremely butch masculine, and 1 being extremely feminine queen, where would you rank yourself?
3?
Like right in the middle.
Yeah.
And you would want to date a guy who is a what number?
5.
Tell me why.
I just find
other than wanting to be safe, tell me why.
I just find that more appealing.
Yeah. Kevin. Actually, I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Wait.
So masculine. So masculine.
So masculine. That's my way. So we're learning new, fresh, exciting, interactive-ish things for the show, and that's a sound effect. Anyway, I wanted to play that after the video because he wants somebody who's so masculine. Basic complexity, take it away.
I'm sorry, really quick. That was because I didn't hear a lot. I'm guessing that was Whitney Houston and the song. I just can't pull out a new word, but I'm guessing it's definitely from her My Love Is Your Love album.
Yes.
And I cannot even recall the entire song, just that one line stood out to me.
Absolutely. Me too. And I'm not going to lie, when I watched this video, that's the first thing that came into my mind. And I was like, what's that song? I know it's the song that Whitney Houston, Missy Elliott produced on that My Love Is Your Love soundtrack and album, rather. And I had to look that up. And it's a song, Say Yes.
Oh.
Say yes, boy, say yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Anyway, all right, Basic complexity, take it away before we go off on a totally different tangent.
All right. Yeah, but point. All right. After hearing this, I fully understand why some gay men are single because they are picky as all get out. They want or chase after something that honestly isn't realistic. Now, my reaction to this is to take a moment to honestly evaluate myself and take a moment to truly think about the difference between reality and fantasy. And then make whatever changes are needed. In all honesty, if I were to rank myself on that same scale of 1 to 5, I would say either high 3 or low 4. And that's me just being honest with myself. And okay, something you have to sometimes you have to take a step back and evaluate yourself. Or if you have a really trustworthy close friend, then ask them. I try to evaluate you from and try to evaluate you from their eyes. And I'm sorry, I got lost for a minute.
You can save it for your 1 minute because we're there.
All right.
I will say many people can keep you safe, right? It doesn't have to be masculine, it doesn't have to be feminine. People can keep you safe all along that spectrum. I get what he's talking about when he says he wants somebody to keep him safe, because I feel the same way. I've explained this on the show countless times, how a large part of my attraction to a dude has often been his ability to keep me safe. Safe, though, is much more than just keep me safe as in willing to fight. B to B with a bat, that's like that, and can be an aspect of keeping safe, but that's not the only way. Anyway, with all of that being said, yeah, I say he's probably like 2.5, maybe 3 in that scale. Since you rated yourself, I'll throw myself in there. I'll say maybe I'm like a 3, I guess. I don't know. But people's scales can vary, and I'll skip that. Date whomever you connect with. I feel that guy is kind of feminine, and I ask, is it a sign of not having self-love when you want to date somebody who's different from you? Because not only in this situation, but people will throw that out in terms of people who date interracially. It's like, oh, it's because you don't love your own kind. That's why you want somebody different from you. And I ask, is that the case? Because people often want somebody who's different to a degree. If that was the case, all heterosexuals would have no self-love because they all want somebody who's different, you know? And it's like, okay. And also, I will say along those lines, I am tired of the people who get on YouTube and bellyache about certain races of people who don't date them. I'm like, stop it. Just stop it. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of it. It's like they get on there and they're like, the US Congress should outlaw dating prejudice. No. People just be yourself. And the T is, I guess, that chances are old dude is probably somebody who would be online talking about, I'm mask for mask. Anyway, I will finish that later. Basic complexity taken away with your 1 squared, my friend.
And yeah, I've been trying to figure this out for a minute. All right, so I'll just read or reread the second part of my initial statement, and it was that sometimes you have to take a step back and evaluate yourself. Or if you have a really trustworthy friend, then ask them to evaluate you from the eyes of from their eyes or the eyes of a third party. All right, and be open to a little constructive criticism because everything ain't perfect. And just my one sentence, sometimes you might have to sometimes you might need a independent third party to spot the things about yourself that either you are missing or ignoring. That's what I've.
All right. My 1 squared. I'm not throwing shade when I say chances are he's on dating apps calling himself mask for mask, but I'm just saying also he reminded me of this dude that I connected with some years ago who was like mask for mask. I'm like, ooh, mask for mask. And he's all sexy and looking all macho in his photos. And this was back in the day when that mattered to me, right? Like I've since grown and matured. Okay, thank you. Yes. Anyway, but yes, I've since grown and matured out of that. No shade. People can want whatever they want, period. But I will say he's not wrong for that, calling himself mask for mask, whatever. Just be yourself, want what you want. And I question when he said, he's like, feminine guys are just not appealing. That actually, I connected with the people who are intrigued by a guy who's like a thug, just for the sake of them being a thug. And it's like, I wonder, it's like you don't know that person. All you know is the archetype of them being a thug, you know? And their thugness plus whatever you wish them to be. But that's how most people enter relationships. Until you know that person, you're kind of just wishing that they are XYZ way. Anyway, my one sentence is it wrong? I don't know. You can want whatever you want in the tune of T.I. Just know every search has its own cost. Are you willing to pay? Oh, right now. Oh, we are at the close. Yes. So before we go into our next fun and exciting segment, well, everything is fun and exciting, right, Kevin?
Of course.
All of it. Of course. Yes. All of it. But before we go into the next segment, we will close out this portion. So I will say hi, everyone. My name is Aaron Mack. You can find me, Aaron Mack, at VersTEAv206 if you want to email me. That's AARONMCK at VersTEAv.com. And you can find VersTEAv all over social media, hashtag VersTEAv. Hashtag VersTEAv is all over social media, even Alta Vista. Anyway, Basic Complexity. And it's TikTok, Instagram, email. And TikTok is mine.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So yeah, like Aaron Mac just said, definitely those. And I'm sorry, you said TikTok and email. Then there was the third thing, Instagram. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, Instagram and maybe no, is Instagram and is it TikTok or
TikTok
something?
is my Basic Complexity.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so TikTok being my basic complexity, and yeah, the other two are just basic complexity, and as I always say, and I'm hoping you all could spell basic and complexity. Two words, put them together, no space. So BASICCOMPLEXITY. Yeah, just they didn't do any underscore or anything. That would make things a little complicated. So I just turned those two words into one word. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I could definitely be found on VersTEAv.com. Yes. And that's what I have.
Oh, right. So this has been hashtag VersTEAv week 207. We'll see you back here, same bad time, same bad channel, 9:35 p.m. for week 208. Now, stick around with us though, because now we go into the after show fun with hashtag VersTEAv Timeless for our timeless tea discussion. And we have some serious stuff and we have some fun stuff tonight. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Nowhere. And I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Don't try to hide it. It's clear. My world crumbles.